I'm so excited about this new launch that you're having, Ginger.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's my first official launch. I've sold in the past, but it's always been behind the scenes and kind of, um, doing my own thing over here. But this time it is out in the public for everybody to see, and I've been going through it. It's fun. I really enjoy it.
Yes, and you need to let everybody know. So as soon as I knew about your launch, I said, we need to do a live. You need to talk. You need to sell to be able to sell.
Yes. So my launch is for my program Empowered Empire Instagram Academy. It is a 4-month program where I teach you from the foundation all the way through community building, content, conversions. Yeah. So it is a hybrid program where you have one-on-one sessions with me, an online course with everything in it, and weekly calls or bi-weekly calls every Tuesday at 11 o'clock. There's a call at 11 Eastern time where we go over questions and anything that my students have. It is, yeah, we have a good time. I always have like a really good group of people where we learn a lot, we support each other. The same community feel and focus that I have on Instagram is what I pull into my own program as well, so that it's, we're supporting each other, we're building each other up, we are helping each other. There's no bad questions, there's no, don't feel silly asking anything. Everything is welcome because everybody's been there. Or we have, I love that somebody will have a question and that somebody else hadn't thought of, and it helps everyone in the group. It's always beneficial to do that. So
Yeah, that's the beauty of a group. A lot of people want to do the one-to-one coaching, but then we have questions that we sometimes feel silly to ask.
Mhm.
We don't want to sound stupid, so we refrain from that. But there's always somebody that is blunt and does not have that problem and will be asking in the group, and the entire group benefits from it.
Yeah.
I personally love group settings because of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I same here. I did one-on-one coaching, and I mean it's great, you in theory, it's great. But like you said, I don't think you get as much out of it. I've done one-on-one with other people, and I've had one-on-one, I've taught one-on-one, and I don't think you get as much out of it because it is a lot of pressure to come to a session every week and say, "Oh,
Yeah,
I don't have questions," or you're trying to come up with something and you're making questions up as you go because you're like, "Ah, I just don't
exactly.
have anything. I've been too busy."
Yes,
So you get more out of it when you have other, people in the community that are asking questions, that are, bringing things up that sparked an idea. Oh, right, I did have that problem last week,
yes,
or I did have a question related to that. Let me ask that now. That's the
exactly.
beauty of group. Now, my groups are not big. I do not have like hundreds of people where, then there's the flip side. If a group is too large,
Yeah.
then nobody gets, a word in. And my groups are not too big where that's the case. I keep it at a reasonable level where, it's not hundreds of students trying to all talk at the same time or get benefit out of a group session. It's very small groups, very community focused. Everybody gets a voice, everyone gets to speak and talk and ask questions. So
I love
that
that.
is
Yeah.
very important.
Hundreds of people in a group, that's a lot. I love my groups that are smaller than 20
Mhm.
because it keeps the chat, like there are always shy people that have their videos off and they keep active in the chat. So max 20, I love it. I love the group settings. And I know, Ginger, you are amazing at trying to make everybody involved. And okay, so who are who's this program for?
It is for women who are running small businesses, and just not getting any traction. They could be starting out, starting over, have a dead account. They are posting on Instagram.
Yeah.
They see the benefit of posting on Instagram. They're already using the platform. not going to convince you to use Instagram. You have to understand that the benefit of using it. But you're just not seeing traction. If they're not seeing traction, they're putting in the work, but they're just not seeing anything. Then those are my ideal clients. Those are the people who benefit the most. Because like I said, we start out with clarity. I've talked a lot this week and last week about building the foundation.
Mhm.
Without having that foundation built nothing else is going to work. You can put the best strategy, you can listen to the best strategies, you can take the best course in the world. But if you aren't 100% clear on who you serve and how you serve them, nobody's going to know who you're speaking to. Just like you just asked me that question. It's all in who we are serving, who our ideal audience is, and that we are communicating to them. So mine, small businesses, typically women, unless there's like a guy who, wants to be around all of us girls and doesn't mind.
You know what? Just to point that out, is if there's any guys in the audience here listening, I went to a workshop where we were in total of 42 women. There was one man, only one. And he absolutely loved the interaction of women. But what he learned, and until this day, he's still up with our community of ladies, but he's the one that took the entire course and just implemented it. And I think that he's the one that actually got the most out of it. So I don't think it matters if you are a woman or not. If you're open to learning, you'll always have something new to learn and implement. And I'm sure that being in a group of women, you're going to get more questions asked, more insights than being in a group of men, because men don't ask questions. They don't talk about the inner things. They don't want to sound silly.
Yeah. You're right about that. Yeah, I did have a couple sessions ago, I did have one guy in the group, and he became like everybody's favorite. Everybody was like, "Oh, let him go first. Let him go first." So, like, everybody loved him. Everybody followed him. Everybody talked to him. He became like everybody's like friend, and it was really cute. It was a lot of fun to have him in there.
Yeah.
So the course is built around women. We are a bunch of women, but yeah, having a guy in there is always kind of fun too. So I don't discourage it. I just don't market for them.
That's fine. I'm sure you're gonna have those that are gonna join. So I think your course is basically for someone like me. I have been doing marketing and branding for over 10 years, 15 years. I don't want to say the exact same year because that reveals my age. But Instagram marketing, social media marketing is different. It's a complete different ballgame. I talk to my clients about clarity, finding your audience, finding your target market, researching. But I have a hard time applying all this to my own account. And it's not that I don't see traction. There are the odd clients that see me on Instagram and come and say, "Hey, I saw you on Instagram," but they're not my recurring clients.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I have referrals that always come to me. But since I have been investing in Instagram for the last 2 years, I would like to see more traction. I would like to see the source of getting more leads. And I don't think I'm getting that traction. So I think I am the right candidate because it's painfully long how long it's taking me to grow followers. And I know followers does not mean clients, but I need the followers to get more eyes, right? I need the follower count to grow, to have bigger reach. And I need more eyes to build that top of my funnel, to increase my bottom line. And is this something you can help with?
Yes, I could help with that. So my background is in software and technical training. That's what I did.
Wow.
So I started on Instagram working in skincare. I sold skincare, and I'm not passionate about skincare. I built a following. I started growing though, because I started to understand Instagram and the algorithms, because that's my passion. That's what I like. I like understanding software and systems and how to use programs to get what I want out of them. So that's what I started doing. And as I started growing, then I had other people in my niche that were asking me, I've been following you for a while, but how are you growing so much? How are you building a following on Instagram? There's certain and specific things on Instagram. You see a lot of hacks and a lot of little things that work for like a time period. But there are strategies on Instagram where you categorize yourself and you put yourself in the right places so that your ideal audience will find you and see you when they do certain and specific things on Instagram. So yes, that is what I help with. There's a lot of little areas. I'm going through it's funny that you mentioned that. I'm going through a course restructure right now. And the course strategist who has been working with me since June to do this, she's done courses. She's done Instagram courses before. And one of her comments to me was, it's so what you have in here is so comprehensive. There's so many things that I didn't know Instagram even did. Which is really funny to have someone who works with other coaches and other, Instagram coaches. So that's has been really fun.
But that's a technical part, the software part that we don't see, that we cannot comprehend, that right? So application of different parts of the knowledge to incorporate it in this course is what's key, that your course creator didn't have.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been really fun to see it through her eyes. Cause like there's, yourself, I'm sure with your clients, there are certain questions that you'll be asked. And then you're like, oh, right. That is something that you need, like I know a lot of things and I do a lot of things and I have a lot of things in my course, but talking about it is just it's kind of funny. So yeah, that's why I also have the hybrid course, is so that I'm working with my students one-on-one. We have the group, and then we have the online course, so that I have like every touch point, no matter what type of learner you are, there is something for you within the program.
Okay. And then I also saw that you focus on community, which is beautiful and beneficial, but I think a lot of people don't see the importance of it. And so I think it will be a good segue to explain why building community and what type of community are we talking about?
So community there's several parts to it. The first part of community is growth, to build people around you, like-minded people around you, like you and me. We support each other. I comment on your posts, you comment on mine. Whether we purchase from each other ever is up in the air. You're not a guaranteed client of mine, and I'm not a guaranteed client of yours. But we support each other to build each other up. That helps with a couple things. One, categorization on the algorithm. It tells the algorithm, hey, if you like Cristina, you might like Ginger because they're friends.
Yeah.
That's one of the things. Another thing is it builds up our engagement so that our reach increases.
Yeah.
Because the algorithms only understand actions. It only understands post interactions in order to push your content to more people. If you're not getting any engagement on your post, then the algorithms are going to say, well, it must not be a great post. I don't really want to show it to anybody else. The next thing that it's super important for is business building. If you're not having connections and conversations with people, then sales are not going to be there. People want to work with people that they know, like, and trust.
Yes.
How often do we hear that? We hear that all the time. But I think a lot of times it kind of like, okay, yeah, know, like, and trust. But we say, yeah, I'll work on building that. But then we don't actually do it unless we are focusing on community, unless we're focusing on relationships, focusing on those connections with people, then we're not actively creating that know, like, and trust. That's why you see a lot of people that will say, oh, show your face. Okay, show your face. Does that
Not
immediately
enough.
automatically build trust? It doesn't.
No.
It's not going to do that. I can show my face. I can show a picture of myself every single day for 365 days. And most people would have no more connection with me than they did on day 365 than they did day one. So that doesn't necessarily build trust. It is what we do with showing our face that builds trust. And that is part of community building, is focusing on your community, focusing on the actions that it takes to build connections with people. My husband and I have a company. It's not on social media. One of the things we do every year, it's a software company, or a hardware company, sorry. One of the things that we do each year is network at a networking event.
Yes.
We spend tens of thousands of dollars to attend this huge networking event, to network with people.
Yeah.
On social media, we get to do this every day for free.
Yes.
I mean, it's incredible to me. I mean, look back 10, 20 years ago at businesses that you couldn't do this. And your business was what was local around you. It was the small little sector that you were in, or the small town that you were in, or even the big city that you were in with all the competition. Now we can talk to anybody all over the world at any time of day to network our business, to build a community, to build that know, like, and trust factor, so that we can sell our products for our business.
Yeah.
I think it's incredible.
It's something that we take for granted. Even yesterday, I went to a networking group, and they all talked. The older folks are saying, "Oh, we hate social media. We don't like doing that." And I asked, like, how much would you pay to be in the radio or the TV? And they said, "Oh, if I am able to allocate funds to be able to make an ad on TV, on the radio, I know I'll get more clients." And I asked, so why aren't you using social media? Social media is free. No one watches the TV and the radio anymore, but everybody, it's on Instagram. Everybody, it's on TikTok. Why are you leaving that aside and not giving yourself the opportunity to be in front of people where people are actually watching? And it's free.
It's free.
Same with the community. Why not build a group of people that are going to root for you and support you? Whenever we come to an account, at least I do this, whenever I see an account, I see their beautiful posts, but when I see their engagement, how much life and how many people in their industry are supporting them, and I see none, I know that account is not legit. I know that account is just a post and ghost account. So there's the credibility decreases substantially. But if I see another account that has 200 followers, but then I see their engagement and I see that strong community that I know that the account is legit. I know that the content creator has a backup, and it's not just that guru that started a bot account 2 days ago. So the community adds a lot of weight and credibility to what you're doing. And this is something a lot of people don't realize. The smaller accounts, the new businesses want to be on here, but they don't have the time to build a community. They don't know how to build a community. So I think it's crucial. This is a beautiful part of your course that people will benefit the greatest from.
Thank you. Yeah. Another thing about community, credibility, absolutely. I love that you mentioned that. Another thing is, people want to be where other people are having fun. I mean, we're just like that. Yeah. If you walk into a party, think about throughout your life. If you walk into a barbecue or a party or anything, and everybody looks bored out of their mind and like they're not having fun, it's not a place that we want to hang out.
Yes.
When you build a community where people are thriving, people are growing together, people are having fun, people are joking in the comment section and having a good time, sending, little GIFs and funny stuff, then people want to be there. People want to hang out there. So when you create that for yourself, you're creating an environment where people feel comfortable with comfort comes trust, know, like, and trust. Again, that brings all of it back.
Yeah.
That's the biggest reason why I focus on community, is because it full circles our
Yeah.
business. It
Yeah.
answers every problem and every question. Now, like you said,
Absolutely.
yes, building community is going to take some time. Engagement takes some time. And trust me, I have done everything wrong with engagement. I have done hours upon
I
hours of engagement.
know you're the
I have done
engagement
it all.
queen.
But I've learned through trial and error what works for engagement. I learned who to engage with, when to engage with them, the best places to go and be to make the most efficient and useful sense of your time, so that you're not spending hours on the platform, because we do have a business to run outside of networking and being on Instagram. It's
Yeah.
doable to do both, to build a community and to run a business when you're taking the right actions. It's just like content. When you're taking the right actions for creating engaging content, not just content, but engaging content, then people want to be part of your community because they want tomorrow's post. They can't wait for the next post that you're sending out, because it's going to be filled with information and that will be useful to them and valuable to them.
Yeah. Absolutely. I like that insight that you just gave. People want to hang out where people are. And we have FOMO, right? When we see
Yeah.
people having fun in one post, we are more inclined to engage there and leave our 2 cents or even interact with other people. That's something
Yeah.
about, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to be where the conversations are. That's where we make new connections and new friends. If like you were saying earlier, you go to somebody's account and they may have the most gorgeous images or the best reels, but if there's no conversations happening in the comment section, then we start to second guess, well, what's wrong? What's wrong with them? What are they doing to where people aren't talking to them? Are they do they look nice, but they're really not a nice person because nobody's talking to them? We start to second guess every single thing that we look at if we don't see conversations happening. So building a community leaves all of that. It makes people want to join and be a part of what you're doing, which is, that's networking. That's what we want, is for people to come to our account, hang out with us, say something, talk about what we've done or presented, like we would at a networking event. I don't know if you've ever done a speech.
I love networking events. I go once a week to a different one. And the reason I like the networking event, and this is something that people should also be aware of, it's a beautiful opportunity to do market research. Even here on Instagram, when I don't know what I need to be posting or I want to get new ideas, I actually go to content creators that are similar, that are in the similar industry, and I look through their comments. I look through the people that they have been engaging with, and I see questions. I see what their pain points are. I see what they're struggling with, and it serves me as a huge market research portion that I can bring and then brainstorm to bring my own content. Same with the networking events. I don't usually get a lot of like sales at that point, because I don't make my intention to go there and sell in the room, but I do listen to what people are saying. What are they saying about social media? What are they saying about branding? What are they saying about marketing? What are they saying that is not working for their business or their entrepreneur journey? And that serves me so much more than any other market research I can do for my business and for myself. And I bring all that back home. I write it, I brainstorm it. So I create content for it. I create offers for it. I create, information for others to learn from. So for that reason, again, community is beautiful. For that reason, again, going to networking events like this, where it's free, it's very, very beneficial.
Yeah.
And so I'm all for networking events. I love it.
I love that you love it. I'm not the biggest fan of in-person networking events. That's why I think absolutely love building community online, because I see all the benefits of it from all the things that I loved about networking events when I did them in my corporate job.
Yeah.
I loved them because I understood the opportunity with them, but I also didn't like it because of all the planning and the getting ready and you're exhausted by the end of the day from talking to
Yes.
hundreds of people. I can engage with people and network from my couch, which is a lot more comfortable than standing in high heels all day. So,
And
so
again, this is beautiful because you can do that. You can do it in the comfort of your own home. Why pass this opportunity?
exactly. I also love that you mentioned social listing. That is amazing that you mentioned that. I've had some students in the past ask me, why would I engage with my peers? Why would I engage with people who are, doing what I do?
No,
And
it's is the one thing that you have to do.
yes. Oh, yeah. So, in the list of explaining to them all the reasons, one of those reasons is exactly what you said about that social listening. How can you stay on top of trends and on top of the latest things that people are talking about if you're not paying attention to what other people are doing? The social listening is one of those areas where you don't necessarily have to do the work of going out and Googling and finding content ideas. You just get them. You get them for free just by reading people's comments
Yes.
and by looking at what people are saying. I was on somebody's post this week, one day this week, and I noticed that people were asking how because the post was about the post size, like portrait size and the square size. And so people were asking, I'm creating the 1350 by 1080 in Canva, the portrait size post, but when I post it on Instagram, it still posts it square. One of those things that I had completely forgot about checking or, tapping that little button
Yes.
to the little up and down arrow thing when you go to post. And people didn't know. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a content idea. There's people on Instagram that do not know that is even there. But it's things that you, like I was saying earlier, where you don't think about it. You've been doing it, you've been posting every day for so long. You don't think about that. But when you get out there, you engage with other people, you see, oh, okay, this is something to post about then. This is something people may not know
Mhm.
or, haven't been
Mhm.
caught or haven't figured out yet. So it's super important to not only network, build community, but include social listening in there and learn every day. Every day I learn something. I've been doing this for 5 years. I still learn something every day. And it's incredible. It's amazing.
That's very good. I yesterday at the event, someone asked me, "Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I can see some of the songs that are trending that other people are using." And it was because they were using the creator account and they didn't know how to change that. So there are things that we as content creators think that everybody knows,
Yep.
but people don't actually know. And going
Yeah.
to events like that or reading what other people are saying, it's such a good piece of information that we can apply in our own business and then help other people. So Ginger, when does I saw that you were having waiting list, like join the wait list. Do people still need to join the wait list or do we have a date?
Today's the date.
Oh,
Today is it. Yes. The wait list was week before last. And then so now I've been had open launch. And then today is it. Tonight at 11:59, I will be closing the doors for this month for this launch. And I'm actually adding a bonus. I'll announce it here. I was gonna announce it afterwards in my stories, but I have one more bonus that I'm adding to the course. For this launch, the people that get in on this launch will get not one, not two, but 3 1-hour sessions with me, just
oh,
one-on-one.
okay. I need
So,
the bonus.
yeah, there's already two in. Everybody gets two no matter what. But this month, I'm offering a third hour for people who join on this launch because it's kind of like my introductory launch on Instagram, like first time doing the big launch thing. So I'm doing an additional hour of the one-on-one on this.
Okay, so everybody that joins today and purchases today gets an extra hour of Ginger time.
Your time of one-on-one with questions and answers with just me that they get to schedule when it's convenient for them.
Okay.
They my calendar, book it when it's convenient for them. So yeah.
Okay, perfect. So people that are interested and wanting to actually grow their Instagram to see more traction and to get their leads, we need to join this course. Please.
Absolutely. Yes. My link is in my bio, or you can DM me community, whichever way works best for you. I will be answering questions after the live.
Okay. Thank you, Ginger. I loved this idea that you had to make it available to the public. I'm so happy that I was able to join your live and ask questions that many other people might have. And yeah, come in. I would love to learn more. I would love to grow my Instagram. Like, how can I get past 3,000?
When you mentioned that Instagram is different, you were so right about that. I've coached people who have degrees in marketing. I've coached people who've been marketing for years and years and years. It's different. Instagram is a different beast, which is why I like it, but I understand that not everybody likes it.
Yeah, so, like bring me an e-commerce and I will sell out your product. I will book your services, but talk about Instagram and then don't even get me started on LinkedIn. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I like, is understanding algorithms and, but I also love people and the community aspect and bringing people together. So it's a twofold that you get with me. You get people and you get the algorithm, the understanding of the algorithm and how it works and how you can make it work for you, not against you.
Okay, so let's recap before we finish the live. Ginger, can you tell us, and I've seen this question, what are the biggest 3 takeaways people will get from your course?
Number 1, we focus on your clarity. The first thing that you get out of the course is your bio is done. You're no longer questioning. One of the things that I hated when I was going through trying to grow on Instagram was I was never sure about my bio. I would write it, I would rewrite it, I would rewrite it again, I would change a word. Every week it felt like I was doing something different. One of the first things we do, you second guess everything that you do. It sucks. It's awful. And then you're like, well, did they follow me because of what I had in my bio last week, or was it this week? You second guess that thing so much. So one of the first things we do working together is, by the time we're done with one of the one-on-one sessions, you are copying and pasting your bio into Instagram and you're done with it. I don't want you looking at it or touching it again, because I monitor it to make sure that the profile visits are coming in and that things are happening and you're getting what you need. That's the number first major thing that we go through. Number 2 is, like I talked about, making the algorithm work for you. Understanding what you need to put where to get the algorithm to work for you instead of against you, to show your content to your ideal audience, not just anyone, and to get it to actually distribute your content out there where it needs to go. And the third thing is the community building. I believe that the biggest thing is, most people think, well, if I just engage for hours a day, then I'm going to be visible. That's not the case. It's about efficiency and effectiveness. And that's what I teach in the community building, is not just engagement. It's not as simple as that. It is engaging in the right way with the right people to get the results that you want out of Instagram. So those would be my top three things.
So number 1, we're going to be able to learn how to clarify our bio message. I feel called out. I change it every week. Can you please audit mine and let me know if it's good? So number one, clarifying the bio message, because you need to have the right messaging. Number two, people are going to learn how to make Instagram work for them. We want the algorithm to work for us. So we are going to learn how to do that. And number three, we're going to learn how to engage properly, efficiently. So we're not spending so much time on here and still build community, right?
Right. Yes.
I think these are three important things everybody needs help with. Anyone that joined today, cart is open. Go fill it up. Amazon Prime changed their date. We don't have it anymore. Go buy this, get the course, learn, and let's grow.
That's awesome. Yeah, the Amazon, that Prime thing, it was so fast and then it was over.
I know what happened. It was 2 days only. I think that's a FOMO effect. People, Amazon picked up on the FOMO and they gave us 2 days to show.
Yeah. Yeah, they're getting smart. Well, they've been smart for a long time. Amazon's pretty brilliant. Now, their marketing team, I would like to be a fly on the wall with their marketing team.
Yeah.
I would love to listen to them and what they do. They're pretty exciting in what they do.
So anyone that missed Amazon Prime, you get Ginger's course and you get an extra hour of Ginger time. Get on the cover.
3 total hours with me. Yeah. And it'll be fun.
Okay. Thank you for having me on your live.
Thank you for coming on my live. I loved it. It was so much fun, Cristina.
I'm sure you're going to sell out like you always do. You're going to change a lot of people's life. And yes, you're going to have more questions. People are asking about the cost of your course. You can get that information with Ginger. And this was not my live. So if you're there, if you're here, follow me. I don't have any information, but I will repost everything that Ginger is posting because I want you to be very successful on this launch and more people learning from you because I love the help you give.
Oh, thank you so much, Cristina. Yeah, I really enjoy helping people. I see one of my students on here, Mercy. She said earlier, if it's complicated, she shuts down, and she does. So we have a lot of fun together because she will tell me, Ginger, don't make it Mercy proof. Yes. So.
And we need that. We want people to understand. Yes, Mercy, Millie is this big now. She's 2.
Can't believe it. It feels like she was just born.
Right. And everyone was with me in the journey of me being pregnant and having her. So I know this community is really into asking me about Millie, and I don't have an issue showing her.
I know. I was telling you, I think it was yesterday that I love that little girl and I've never met her.
Yeah, I have my community of Millie aunties here.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I had so much fun.
Me too.
And yeah, if anybody has any questions, send me a DM or I also have the link in my bio if you want to just go straight to that and check out the course. The launch will close tonight at 11:59.
Okay, and make your story shareable and I'll share it all away for you too.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Cristina. Have a great rest of your day. Bye, Millie.
Bye. Say bye, Millie. Bye-bye.